Libra, what's up, y'all? How are you all doing? What is good with you? Time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's going on with you guys in the second week of November. November week 2. So it's a weekly check-in. So it's just a short, quick, general, energetic overview. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, you could always just go straight to my website, tarotwithrich.com. I have a link for that right down here in the description of this video. We're running our Black Friday sale all November long. That's the way we do it. You can read up on all the sales that we have on all the different readings on my website. Link is in the description. All right, let's hop into this. Let's see how the energy's looking. How's the energy looking between Libra and the person they're dealing with in the second week of November? How's it looking? Oh, Hangman. Okay. Waiting. Spoiler alert. When the Hangman comes out, that means not a lot of movement. Let's see if there's any movement at all. And some of you, another thing I'm getting from this right here is that some of you may have taken enough time apart from this situation to be able to look at it from a different perspective. Some of you may be starting to have a change of heart when it comes to how you look at this whole situation. Maybe you're starting to see things for what they really are. See this person for who they really are. Yeah, okay. I think so. Because with the Two of Wands Hangman, this and the Fool reverse, that's as much of a dead stop as it gets. And I'm thinking that you're finding closure in your own heart, aren't you? You're finding closure in your own heart. You're starting to return to balance. I think for a lot of you, it's getting to the point where you don't need a love offer extended to or accepted from this person. I think you're starting to see them for who they really are. See the whole situation for what it really was. Especially those of you who dealt with somebody who has an addiction issue. And it just keeps cycling around and cycling around. The same old story, same old song and dance. Ooh, there might be communication. Ooh. Ooh. There may very possibly be communication. And that can help things sometimes. If you're already kind of starting to open your eyes a little bit, and then you communicate with somebody, and then it just all starts clicking into place, dude. The best analogy that I have to explain what I'm talking about here is when you watch a movie for the first time since you were a little kid. You ever done that? I love that feeling. When all of a sudden a movie will pop up in my mind and I'm like, oh yeah, damn it, it's been about 25 years since I've watched that movie. I wonder if I can find it on YouTube. 9 times out of 10 you can. And you go back and watch it. Man, I haven't watched that since I was like fucking 10 years old, dude. You know? And it's like, whoa. I had no idea what that movie was even about back then. I thought I did. I loved this movie back then. But now looking at it in my 37-year-old mind compared to my little 10-year-old mind, I didn't even understand it back then. Sometimes situations can be the same way, and it don't take no 25 goddamn years. Sometimes 25 months. Shit, maybe even 25 weeks, depending. And things start clicking into place and making sense because you're seeing things from a higher perspective, you know? Some of you dealing with a Capricorn. I also have Aries, Sagittarius, Pisces. Okay. Could be anybody. Those are just energies. And let's see how this person feels about you. How they be feeling about you, though? How's this person feel about Libra? What are their true intentions? What's their energy look like in general? What kind of person are they? Ooh, 5 of Cups. Uh-oh, that's the card of hurt and disappointment. Ooh, this person's a codependent. A lonely, empty, broken codependent. I think they still got feelings for you. Yup, I think so. But I don't think they want you to know that. With the King of Wands energy here. And they are playing the victim. They're holding on to a victim mindset in regards to whatever it was that happened between the two of you. Even if they are the victim, this energy is going to destroy any connection. Let's play devil's advocate for a second, and let's say they are the victim. I don't know if they are or not. Maybe for something up. If they were an innocent little angel and were nothing but good to you, and you just fucked it all up, just for a second. Well, if they're going to hold on to this energy, what are you going to be able to do about that? What if you have a serious come to Jesus moment and you genuinely, honestly decide to change your ways and you start doing that very successfully and you actually start becoming a totally different person? If they're not letting go of this, where's it going to go? Nowhere. Nowhere. You know? Either way, though, I think for the majority of you, this is just projection. There's a lot more people out there than you would think who will create a problem and then play the victim in the problem they created. A lot more people than you would think. A lot more. So I think they still have feelings for you, though. Absolutely. But where'd it go? Where'd it go? I just had it. Oh, well, here's another one. All three of them, they don't want you to know that. They absolutely don't want you to know that. All right. Well, any advice? Let's get my other Egyptian deck. I think that the best paired deck with Miss Cleo is the Egyptian Art Nouveau, or Nouveau, or whatever. Because they're both Egyptian themed. Let's get the advice. And 4 of Swords. Well, I think you're already doing that. Take a break, rest, relax, meditate on this shit, dude. Meditate on it. And when you meditate, allow your brain to actually go into the theta state. Okay, the theta state is that state right before you fall asleep. You actually, every single human being on this planet slips into a transcendental meditative state twice a day. Everybody does. Everybody. Every human being across the planet. And that's right before you fall asleep and right as you're waking up. But if you can allow yourself to slip into that state and hold it, that's where the downloads start happening. Oh, that's where they start happening. God damn it, I can't count how many times I've been about to fall asleep and then boom, I get this crazy download that snaps me awake of some premonition or something that's about to happen, and it ends up fucking happening. It's crazy, dude. Anyway, hang on a second. Let's see what else comes through. Queen of Wands. Boy, I'm going to tell you what. You better put your foot down and stand on goddamn business. Death card. Yeah. So, no, I don't really think there's a whole lot of advice that you need for this situation, other than just reassurance that, you know, you're doing what you need to. When you start to feel a connection dying and slipping away, and you start really feeling like you're seeing things from a higher perspective, and especially when you start feeling like you're seeing the deeper meaning behind something and why it happened, roll with that. Don't put a stop to that. Don't let the what ifs and shoulda, coulda, wouldas get in there and block that from happening. I think it's about time for a lot of y'all to level up. A whole lot of y'all. And maybe a conversation would be beneficial for some of you. Maybe. Sometimes you got to have that conversation to let the rest of the pieces click into place, you know? All right, let's see how the energy's looking for the singles. Single Libras. Anything good coming in, anything bad coming in, anything new coming in, anything old coming in, anything coming in at all. Ooh, Six of Swords reversed. You know what that means, right? Hang on. Ten of Pentacles reversed. And the Six of Cups. A lot of y'all are about to reconnect with a past person. Yup. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. I'm thinking there's somebody from the past who is probably going to be making their way in. And it's hard to say where this is going, though, because it almost feels like something that you've already detached yourself from. And this may be unexpected. I know this is a real specific message, but I'm feeling like this is something that a lot of you have already put behind you and forgot about. That ever happened? You ever had that happen before? Where all of a sudden that ex that you fucking forgot they existed shows up in your inbox, and it's like, oh, okay, that's weird. The hell do you want? You know, that's kind of what this feels like here. But there's always a reason for that. There's always a very important reason. And just speaking from just general advice, not tarot advice or well, I guess it's spiritual advice, but take advantage of that and make sure that, you know, you're calm, cool, polite, just in case there's any more closure that needs to happen or any energy cords that need to be released, that you're making sure that you do that and you're staying calm, cool, polite, you know. Anyway, though, yeah, that's what this is looking like here, dude. That's what this is looking like. But see, you have the Ace of Swords upright and the Knight of Swords reversed. So for some of you, this person's planning. They know what they want to say, but maybe they're just not coming forward and saying it. Two of Swords, Two of Wands. Maybe they're just contemplating it. I think it's about 50-50. When you get Two of Swords, Two of Wands, it's 50-50. Like, I think some of you are hearing from this person, some of you are not. And like I said, for the majority of you, I don't think this is somebody you have on your mind. For at least probably 60% of you. Okay. Well, let's see their feelings, energies, and intentions. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Nine of Cups. Three of Swords reversed. Ten of Cups reversed. Lovers reversed. Page of Cups reversed. What? This almost kind of feels like that this individual may be newly single. Yeah. I think maybe they're newly single, and especially if this is a male, a man. Men are way worse about this than women. I've seen women do it too, but men do this way more than women. If, for whatever reason, this person fears that they may not have any options, maybe they're newly single and they're seeing that finding a relationship is no easy task. Or maybe just finding a sex partner is no easy task. Then usually the first thing that a lot of these people, especially men, start doing when they find themselves in that situation is thinking to themselves, well, I wonder if somebody who's already given me a chance before will give me another one. And that's when they start going and looking back at past people just to see if there's any open doors of opportunity from the past. But it doesn't look like, with the Lovers and the Ten of Cups reversed, it's not coming from a place of, man, I've been sitting and thinking about you, and I regret this, and we could have had that, and shoulda, coulda, woulda, this, that, the third. It's more like, I'm broken, I'm lonely, I'm lost, I need somebody in my life, I can't fucking find nobody, so I'm going to try to see if anybody from my past wants to get back with me, type shit. With not a lot of thought put into it. Not a lot of intention and energy put into it. And that's pretty much it, you know? So, and hell, some of you may have already heard from this person. If an unexpected ex recently reached out to you and you're wondering what in the hell their intentions are, if that resonates, that's their intentions. Let's get the advice. What is the advice? Pay attention to the energy. Monitor the frequency. Monitor the energy. Your reality is responding to you in ways that you're unaware of. You are manifesting what it is that you're trying to manifest. But a lot of times, when you are on a manifestation path, it is not uncommon at all for the universe to put you in situations to allow you to clear up energy from the past that's holding you back. Not uncommon at all. Well, I think this kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. When you find yourself in a situation like that, try to take advantage of the fact that there may be more energy that needs to be released. Be respectable, calm, cool, collected. Even if they start like poking at you, trying to get some kind of reaction out of you, or you feel it's starting to slip down a negative path, don't jump on that and start feeding into that negative energy. Don't do that. You know, if you start seeing that, oh, okay, you're still the same old negative fuckwad that you always were, and you see that start coming out, just... Another thing, too, is that if you react negatively, then that kind of shows them that you still care. Right? I mean, if you do, you do, but it's much wiser when somebody from the past shows you that they haven't changed to just be quiet. Just poof, ghost them. Poof, just step away from that. Send them on the way with love and light and just step away from it. Because, like I said, a lot of y'all are being prepared for fucking blessings. Blessings. Because I think the majority of you who resonate with this message, your person is right around the corner. And everything that happens is designed to get you in vibrational alignment with that person. That's the only way you can attract your person. The only way. You have to be in vibrational alignment. I can't tell you who they are. I can't tell you where to go find them. If I gave you that person's name and address, and you went and knocked on their door, and the two of you are not in vibrational alignment, you wouldn't even be able to hold a conversation with that person. You have to vibrationally align with the frequency of your divine life partner, or the two of you won't even be able to connect, even if you bumped into each other at the store. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Libra family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right. I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and